Today on One Man Garage, we are going to convert the LeMans to HEI from the electronic converted points. I've already pulled the wires and cap off and the coil. Of course, we'd put that some chrome coil I had that was new on it and had done plugs a while back and tuned it up, and it runs fine, but the vacuum advance wasn't working. And it's always had kind of a weird lug when it starts, but then never going to get the gas mileage it can get until the distributor's right. And I already took those screws out. The advance is sticking, it's not pulling back, so this old distributor's gummy. It needs to be reworked, so it's got to come out anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the HEI because I already have the parts. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. Old distributor was pretty tough to get out. It's pretty gummy. So you can see it's kind of dry down that shaft. Have to be careful not to let any debris fall in here. Probably just try to get that other one dropped in so I don't have to worry about contamination. Here's the old one. Yuck. There's that igniter, whatever, electronic conversion. I got that second hand, but I mean it works. Just need to go through the distributor. Got the other one dropped in and snugged down. Rotor's exactly where the other one came out, which was pointing between number 8 and number 4 wire. So luckily nothing changed there. I should be able to put it right back and fire up, as long as the 12 volts that we're going to the coil is not having the voltage drop for the HEI like I've had on other HEI conversions sometimes, where you have to run a fresh wire off the R post on the starter and wire it into the coil wire to get an extra 12 volt boost when cranking, which originally would be the resistor wire circuit. And I didn't see the twin wires that are normally Siamesed at the coil wire, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe the wiring's different on this car. And then Larry's One Man Garage new auto parts store, I had in stock. I had a new blue cap with brass terminals. I had a brand new coil. I had a set of split fire HEI wires or a set of Napa wires. And also had this extra spare 301 distributor if I didn't have all the new stuff I needed. And probably what I'll have to use is the coil cover off of this. So coil covers, if you don't have one, usually that's not with your new parts. Now of course those new complete HEIs that you get cheap on eBay, they have everything on them, so you can't beat those deals. I think that's what this distributor probably was from. I think it was barely ran. So I'm using the hardware off of the crappy used cap and coil. The quarter nut driver took off the cover screws, and then you have these 4 screws that retain the coil. There's the old one. You always have a ground that can be on either side, but if you notice this, you have to reuse your little grounding strap that your harness plugs into. So it looks like some dipwads forgot to put their little dealio down here. This thing, that's your electrode for that fires to the rotor. Yeah, this thing's all burned up. But yeah, so I got to pry this little booger out, and then I'll lay it in there and then get the other stuff, and then button that up, and then we're ready to put it on. Good, looking good. I could have washed off this dirt and stuff, but I think I'm going to use the gray wires because the shortest wires are a little longer than the blue ones. So I just want to make sure that we don't get any frustrations during the install. I don't know why they try to make these wires exact fit and they just make them as short as possible sometimes. That's why for the Pontiac and Olds applications, sometimes I just get big block Chevy wires with the same straight boots and HEI ends, because you get a pretty long set of wires. So when I'm on Rock Auto looking for clearanced wires, I often just get big block Chevy ones. So yeah, I went with the Napa 2931 wires. I still got to get some separators and some zip ties and organize it, but that's all on there now. Just got to run the power to plug it in and we'll be ready to fire it up after a few little zip tie moments. We're about to fire it up. I made me a little jumper temporary connection, plugging into coil power and plugging into the coil. I cut some of those wires out of the 65 Bonneville dash since it's sort of handy for some electrical connectors. Plus, the Bonneville yielded these crazy color coded vacuum lines that were all in the dash and not exposed to the sun, and they seem actually usable. So I made me a blue vacuum advance line I just connected, and I've got some cool splitters that I think are still good. There's even a metal one, so that's one I want to use next. There's some kind of one-way vacuum valves. Pretty neat stuff. Just little things that, you know, help you out when you part out a car. So we're gonna see if this cranks up. If it's got the voltage drop when I'm cranking it and it doesn't run, then that's probably what it is. So let's see what happens. Timing is retarded, because the other distributor was kind of stuck. So I think we're gonna pull that in a scotch. And let's see what happens. Well, that certainly runs like shit. Wonder what's going on there. Well, that's less. So maybe we'll give it more. That's quite a bit more timing. I don't know, man. Something ain't right. Wow. We're going to shut that down. Well, all I had to do was advance the hell out of the timing. I guess with that other advance was stuck on the other distributor, it was, means where the timing was not where it would be on this one when the advance actually works. So, just, anyway, a big difference. So, it's running pretty good on the vacuum advance right now. I might have to whip out the old timing light here and start playing with that. Today we're using this NOS Sears, like 40-year-old timing light. First time to try it. I've got vacuum advance disconnected, low idle, and it's right on 0 degrees initial. And then my wire fell off, I guess. don't know if I'll be able to leave that where you can see it. Light working again. I'm going to try to get it up to about 12 initial. Call that 12. We're going to lock down the distributor and put the vacuum advance on and then idle the carburetor back down. Well, she's starting up real easy, just hitting the key better than before, and smooth, real smooth, driving good. It's still, you know, a tired old original 350, but oh yeah, but now it does that. That's why in 2 weeks or less I'm going to finally put that safety track differential in, because I just laid down a long one and just let off.